What is up, all of you amazing Frosty Fishing fans out there? Your boy, Frosty, back with another episode of Frosty's Bar Tales. Now, this is no ordinary episode of Frosty's Bar Tales. Oh, no. This is the third to the last episode of Frosty's Bar Tales. That's right, Frosty's Bar Tales is officially coming to an end. Why, you ask? I will tell you, because I have been taken off the schedule to the company I used to work for over 6 years. So, you know what this means? I'm leaving. I'm going to North Carolina. Yep, sucks. But it's needed. It is needed. So here's how this is going to work. I have one story for you today. I have another story for you next Friday. And then, oh, wait a minute. If I'm not working for the company no more, then I don't need to harbor any more of its secrets anymore. I don't need to be quiet anymore. I don't need to use code names anymore. Ooh, which means all green lights have been lit for Frosty's swan song, which I will be singing live. That's right, Frosty's Bar Tales will be going live for the first and only time in its finale, live from North Carolina, live from North Kakalaki. So that is something to look forward to. Won't happen in 2 weeks. It's going to be happening in about a month, or a little over a month, I should say. So, when I get to North Carolina, I'm going to sing my swan song live for the first and only time. But today's story is a little different. Today's story is, my God, boy, is this a delicate one. So, this story is entitled, wow, for the first time in Frosty's Bar Tales, I don't know what the hell to call this episode. I don't. This one's delicate. This one's touchy. I think I'm going to end up calling this one Juicy. Yeah, we're just going to call this one Juicy. Because on this one particular eve, there was a Portuguese woman who was dating an Indian man. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Frosty spreads the love. So, on this particular evening, there was a Portuguese woman dating an Indian guy. I know that's got the startings of a good joke or a bad joke, but they are both highly intoxicated throughout this evening, right? And it only gets worse. So at the end of the night, I'm doing my shtick of, all right, if you don't work here, it's time to get out. So they all leave. They're all outside. They're all bullshitting and whatnot. And I guess they've gotten in a wee bit of an argument or a tiff, if you would. And I'm just going to call the man India. So India takes Portuguese's phone. That's the woman, for those who aren't able to connect A and B. Takes Portuguese's phone into a parking lot across the street. Now, this isn't the finale, so I can't give away locations just yet. Just yet, mind you. Locations will come out, but not yet. So, in this story, he goes across the parking lot to an abandoned parking lot, and He-Man slams her phone onto the parking lot like he just scored a fucking touchdown in the Super Bowl. I mean, he just, wham! I mean, he just spikes that shit. So, I'm looking at that, I'm like, woohoo! So, the whole time, she is leaning on your boy, Frost, and she is just, you know, like, I shouldn't even be with him. He picked me up at the University of Chicago where my speech professor said I was doing good. Now, obviously, your speech professor, wasn't that good of a professor, or you were earning an A grade some other way. Not saying how, but I'm just saying, for you to say speech professor and a speech pertain to a speech teacher, I think that's a wee bit of an understatement. So, Like, he picked me up and I was doing so good. And he likes to think he's a high priority attorney, but all he does is cocaine. And I'm thinking, that's great. I don't care. Like, and she is leaning on me now. Leaning on me. Like, to the point where I'm stumbling and I'm sober. And I'm leaning against the wall. All while Tough Tony is over there sweeping up garbage. And he's just sitting there laughing at me like, do you think you can help me out here? Nope. Okay, I'll do it myself. So, I mean, like, I'm struggling to stand up straight. And she's using me. And she's just like, well, and he comes back over, and now he's talking to people. And then all of a sudden, boy, this gets weird. So then she's just like, well, how about I go home with this guy right here? And she taps me on the shoulder. And India goes, well, fine, why don't you go home and fuck him? All I care, I don't care, buddy. I'm like, this ain't happening. Because first off, my car is at my house. I'm getting a ride home. Second off, I don't think the person giving me a ride home is going to give you a ride home. So, no. No. But Tough Tony sure thought this was funny. So then all of a sudden she kisses me right here. Right here. And I'm like, this doesn't need to happen. Oh, God damn it. Like this, oh my God. So that happened. Okay. We're good now. We're good now. So, probably should have done that from the start. But, anyway, we're back. So, a little bit of a technical issue. So, all of a sudden, like I said, she's kissing me right here. Right here. And I'm like not having it because her boyfriend is right over there. And I'm now getting nervous. I'm thinking this guy is either going to hit her or he's going to hit me. And if he hits me, I'm going to hit him back because I'm leaving. Like, I knew at this point I was leaving. So it's like, you're going to hit me, I'm going to hit you back, bitch. Like, it's, So, then she is kissing on my neck again. And really going at it this time. And I'm like, stop. Like, he's good. Your boyfriend's right there. And she goes, I shouldn't even be with him. But, you know, between you and me, like, he is this like bull. And I'm like, I don't need to know that about another man. I don't. But I do. Am I happy about it? So I'm just, whatever. You know, whatever. Drunken ramblings of a drunken person. I've seen the best of them. I've done a few of them myself. So, a few drunken ramblings. Let me clarify that right now. So, that's when it takes a really, really inappropriate turn. So, that is when she goes, well, in my defense, my pussy is really juicy. I'm like, that's great. And that is when she does it. Well, I don't work for the company anymore. I face no repercussions for this, so who gives a shit? That is when she proceeds, oh, you don't want to just take my word for it. Here, feel yourself. I'm like, feel myself? What are you... That is when she does it. That is when she takes my hand and takes her other hand and pulls her pants open and tries taking my hand and like that. No. First off, I didn't let my hand get anywhere near it. No. My hand stayed above pant line. Let's just... Okay. My hand stayed about right here. So, it didn't go anywhere lower than pant line. So, it was right here. So, she was trying to... So, we needed that. So, yeah, that was that. And I'm just like, no, this doesn't need to happen. And she goes, what is wrong with you? Did you have human juicy pussy? I'm like, Three things. One, I'm at work. Two, I'm a gentleman and you're a stranger and I don't feel comfortable feeling you're a strange wet juicy pussy. And three, your boyfriend slash somebody is right over there and I will call you back, Bobby Butters, after this episode. Bobby Butters just called me. And I'm just like, and third off, your boyfriend's right over there. Now, her boyfriend at this point, her back is to him. I'm facing him, and he's beelining right towards us. And just cocks back. And here I am thinking one of two things is going to happen. Either A, he's going to donkey punch her, or B, he's going to punch me in the face. I'm really hoping he punches me in the face because I'm just going to let loose and just beat the shit out of him. But he doesn't. He gets like this close to the back of her head and goes, "So you're not worth going to jail tonight, bitch." And why are people messaging me right now while I'm recording? It's rude. So then a very nice man by the name of, I can't use names yet. Because his name is something else, even though you people are probably going to be able to figure this one out, I'm going to call him, ironically, I'm going to call him Lenny, because his name was something else. And he was so nice enough to buy them both an Uber. They both got in the same Uber, and they both left. And Tough Tony is just laughing at me, and he goes, "Well, this is a bar tale, isn't it?" Yes, it is. And Tough Tony's got a hand in this, too, because he didn't do anything to help me on this evening. So, thank you very much, Tough Tony, for doing that. So, that is that, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I did not do anything inappropriate. I almost was forced to do something inappropriate, but I didn't because I have good self-control, and I'm a gentleman. So, contrary to popular belief, I'm a gentleman. So, that is that. Yep. Like I said, one more story. Next week. It could have been a story that could probably get me in a wee bit of trouble, but what do I care anymore? I don't work there. So, yeah, I got a little bit over a month before I make the move down to North Kakalaki, and then my swan song will be sung. So, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Don't forget to join the Bomb Squad. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing, and wish me a bon voyage. Don't worry, Zelda Bomb Squad will keep producing content. Unfortunately, it won't be Frosty's Bar Tales. Frosty's dying once this is all over, because the swan song for Frosty's Bar Tales won't be hosted by Frosty. It'll be hosted by my real name, because Frosty dies here. Frosty was born here. Frosty dies here. And that's just the short and skinny of it. So, swan song will be sung by the real me. But yeah, Zelda Bomb Squad will continue. It'll just be more video games, and unless I come up with some other form of content, which I'm sure to do because I'm creative and shit. Plus, we're going to be having some new people on the channel because I've met some new friends that live in North Carolina. They're only a few hours away, and yeah, going to be hanging out with them. Going to be hanging out with some new friends. It's a big old fresh start for me. So, that is that. Until next time, everybody, you all stay classy.